I'm going to have to say that this is one of the most unique looking moped style e-bikes, and I'm super happy to reviewing it today. It got sent to me by my friends at GleeRide. It's called the LUCKEEP M5 MAX, and today I'm going to show you everything you need to know about it, so let's get into it. When you get your LUCKEEP M5 MAX, it's going to come to you as a Class 3 e-bike, and LUCKEEP says that this bike will reach up to 37.5 miles an hour. But you can reach those speeds with this full twist throttle here on your right hand side, your cadence sensor down below, and your 5 levels of pedal assist. This is the single battery version of this bike. You can get it with 2 batteries, but the single battery version weighs 102 pounds and it has a maximum payload of 330 pounds. Currently, during the making of this review, you can purchase the M5 Max for only $14.99 and it comes with a 1-year warranty. Now, due to tariffs and stuff, I know those things change, so I would go ahead and use my link down below. That's going to show you the latest pricing on this bike. Now, it does only come in one size, and LUCKEEP says that the average rider height of the M5 Max starts at 5'2" and goes to 7'2". It also comes in 4 colors. We have this white version that I have right here. It also comes in gray, yellow, and red. LUCKEEP says that the M5 Max can go up to 80 miles on a single battery charge. Your M5 Max will come with a 52 volt, 1500 watt rear hub motor with a peak power of 2000 watts and 120 Newton meters of torque. It has a 7-speed transmission, a Shimano tourney derailleur, a 48-tooth chainring, and a standard 7-speed thumb shifter. For stopping power, you have K-Tech 2-piston hydraulic brakes with 180 millimeter rotors. It has a dual crown front fork. They are inverted. You can't make any adjustments to them, but it does have 150 millimeters of travel. And on the rear, it has these dual 1,200-pound rear shock absorbers. I am digging these tan wall tires here. They're by Chaoyang. They're 20 by 4 inch. They have an all-terrain pattern on them, and they're puncture resistant. When it comes to the battery, it is this right here. It is a 52 volt, 20 amp hours with 1,040 watt hours of power. You can add a second battery to this, doubling your range. It will come with a 3 amp charger, which means it takes about 6.5 to 7 hours to charge from empty. And if you want to charge it or remove the battery, we have to go through this part right here. Your bike will come with a set of keys, and to access your battery right here, you're just going to put your key in there, unlock it, and lift up this panel. If you just want to charge the battery, well, right here is your charging port. But if you want to remove the battery, well, we need to first unplug it, move this out of the way, and it has a carrying handle right here. We're just going to pull it out. It does not have a battery indicator light or anything like that, but I wanted to show you guys the label that's on the battery. To put the battery back in, make sure this long part is heading towards the back. You're going to pull your cord out of the way. There is a guide for this to slide right into, and then it just holds in place. Turn this to here. That actually locks the battery to the bike, and then we're just going to plug it back in. Put your cover down, use your key, lock it back up, and you're good to go. The M5 Max has a UL certification of 2849 and an IP65 rating, which means it can handle water splashing from any direction. Additional features include plastic dirt bike style fenders, plastic pedals, a double-sided chainring guard, a frame basket to hold cargo, this moped style looking seat, a handle on the rear to make it easily movable, and BMX style handlebars. Let's talk about size and fit. Now, this is a pretty long bike. It is 75.59 inches in length, and when it comes to the saddle height here, well, that's 33 inches from the ground. There are some adjustments that you can make to it by adjusting these BMX handlebars back and forth, but there is no seat adjustment. So I'm 5'9", I have a 32-inch inseam, I'm 225 pounds, and this is what I'm going to look like riding this bike today. Cockpit Operations. On your left-hand side, you have this single grip. The rubber is not that thick on it, but it does feel okay. The rubber is also a little bit hard. This is your front brake lever right here. This is your horn. The bike has turn signals, a headlight, and this is your control panel. To start your bike, you're going to hold down the M button until you start to see the NFC flash. It does come with 2 NFC cards. You're going to put it down here on the corner, and your screen comes to life. Your screen is full color. As you can see, your battery indicator right here, it also tells you your percentage. This is going to tell you your mileage. This is going to light up as it is showing you your speed and your power. This is your odometer, and this is your pedal assist levels. Underneath here is a USB-C port. If you want to get more information out of this screen, well, you're just going to hit your M button real quick. It goes to trip. It's showing you the max speed, average speed, and then it shows you how many volts you have to the bike, how long you've been on the bike, and then it goes back to your odometer. To go up in pedal assist levels, you're just going to hit this up arrow button right here. It takes you all the way from 0 to 5, and then you can use your down button to go back to 0. Now with this section right here, you can hit this button right here. It turns on your headlight. These are your turn signals, but whenever you activate them, there's no indication here on the display, nor is there a sound, so you just have to go by feel on whether these are on or off. And then this is your electric horn. That's pretty loud. This is your headlight. As you notice, there are some cool side markings right here. This is what happens when you hold your plus button up. But if you go ahead and turn your headlights on, this is what it looks like. You have these dual beams right here. The light is very bright, but I'm really digging these here on the side for your daytime running lights. To turn on those cool looking daytime running lights, you're just going to hold your up button here until this headlight indicator comes on. Now you have the daytime running lights going on the front and on the rear. This is what your tail light looks like whenever you turn your headlight on, and then this is what it looks like when you hit the brakes. Whenever your headlight is turned off, your brake function still works. On your right hand side, you have your rear brake lever right here, and then this is how you change your gears. You use your thumb and push it up to take it down in gear, but then you use your thumb and push the button to bring it up in gear. Let's hop into our advanced settings. We're just going to hold the plus and minus button down at the same time, and it wants a password, and that password to get in there to make changes is going to be 66666. This brings us into our P levels. I'm not concerned about too many of them, but right here, this switches it between mileage and kilometers. This shows you your voltage. This shows you how long the bike will stay alert until it falls asleep. This shows you your pedal assist levels, your tire size, but what I'm looking for is right here, P08. If you want to change this, this is your speed. It is turned up to 51 kilometers. Let's see if we can make it go any higher. It goes all the way up to 100. Let's lock that in by hitting the M button. And yeah, we are good to go. And then to hop out of that, just go ahead and hit your plus and minus button again, and it takes you back to the main display. We are out here on the 606 trail in Chicago. It is going to be like high 80s today, so it's going to be a scorcher. But right now, I have the bike in pedal assist 0, and I can tell you right now, you do not want to pedal this bike. Although we are just moving along at 9 miles an hour, well, my knees are coming up awfully high. So the only time I'm going to be pedaling this bike is to show you the pedal assist levels, and then it's going to be throttle only. Let's go ahead and check out the throttle. Now I stopped pedaling. I have it in pedal assist number 1. I'm going to see if it is dictated to the, no, it is not dictated to the pedal assist levels. I shot up to 17 miles an hour real quick. We're going to be doing things a little bit different with this review. We're just going to start heading out to the lakefront trail where this bike, since it has more than 100 Newton meters of torque, we're going to be putting it on the Hill of Doom, where only bikes with over 100 Newton meters of torque can make it. If you guys can see my seating position, I'll show you a little bit later in the review. But right now, I feel like my seat is low and my handlebars are high. So my hands are, or my arms are like almost straight out in front of me. Does that give you more control of the bike? Well, I don't really know yet. This is like the first time I've ridden a bike that has that setup difference. But I do know that for a 5'9" rider, it makes it more difficult to pedal. Oh, I just realized I never showed you guys what the turn signals look like in Cockpit Operations. So I'll definitely be showing you that here in a little bit. This motor is kind of loud, so people are going to hear you coming up to them. I'm just wanting to get this thing out so I can see how it's going to perform. Before we get too far into this review, I want to check to see if the speedometer matches the GPS, and right now it is showing that it is 2 miles faster than what the actual GPS is showing. So we'll just keep that in mind whenever we're talking about top speeds and how fast it goes in specific pedal assist levels, that it's going to show that you're going 2 miles an hour faster. Now, this bike also has that kind of trip meter that resets every time the bike turns off. I did set this to not shut off for like 30 minutes, which gives me time to set up camera equipment, stuff like that. But we're going to see, I also have Strava running, and I do know that we took off when this bike had like, what, 2.6 miles on it or something like that. So we're going to be able to track the mileage for sure. And then we'll be able to compare it to Strava. I can already tell you it's going to be off, or at least it should be off, just with the discrepancies on the speed. Hello? That horn is loud. I think if I was to ride this bike a lot, I would put a bell and just put it over here. I think it's pretty aggressive, especially if I was passing people on the 606 trail. I didn't want to use my horn because I knew it was loud, but that just confirmed it. Now, my current goal is to get out to the lakefront trail and use as little battery as I can. And I know what you're thinking. Well, shouldn't you be pedaling? You're probably right. But I can tell that I don't like pedaling this bike. So, all right, so we're coming up to these train tracks here where we're going to be testing out some of the suspension. Here we go. All right, not bad. Not bad. It could be a lot looser, but, you know, you could tell that it was trying to activate. Also, when it comes to these full suspension bikes, well, what I do with those is normally I don't run full pressure in my tires. But when it is a full suspension bike like this, well, yeah, I run all the pressure in the tires. That way I can hopefully get more mileage out of this bike and rely more on the suspension to actually do its job. We're using our turn signals, but you can't tell because there's no indication. So you just have to remember, which I've reviewed other bikes like that before. They also don't shut off on their own. So they're just going to keep blinking. So just make sure that you feel that click in the middle and you should be fine. When it comes to the seating position, I mean, I'm sitting straight up and down. I'm feeling pretty comfortable right now, and that is a good thing. Yeah, I can tell you that this motor is louder than other ones. Right now, I'm just keeping it in pedal assist level 2 as I try to save the battery, but we're doing pretty good. We're almost to the trail and we're still at 100%. Let's test out the walk feature. Now, I do have it in pedal assist number 3. We're going to see if that works by just holding down the bottom button. Yes, it does. You see the little indicator, or maybe you can. And we are, you better have some pep in your step because we are making it right up this hill and this incline. Yeah, it was cruising at about 3.5 miles an hour. So it will definitely help you get up the hill. That's going to help you do it quickly. Let's get an idea on how strong this motor is on coming up this hill, and we're doing it super easy. This isn't a problem at all, and we still have it in pedal assist number 3, so that's good. It is time for the sand test. I know we haven't done a lot of other testing with this bike, but I want to see how it's going to handle in the sand. I mean, will this thing like perform as cool as it looks? Let's go ahead and put it into pedal assist number 5. Have it in a relatively low gear to help us out with balance or if it needs it. And let's see how it performs in the sand. Let's go. This thing should just tear right through it when you consider how much torque it has. And we're crushing it. I mean, we're not going very fast. Uh-oh, it's starting to struggle. Oh no. That is making me wonder. It wants to go. I feel it. Let's see if we can put it down to a lower gear and help this thing out. Ooh. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I have to admit, this is some crazy, crazy loose sand. It's loose. It's super thick. There's many bikes that I've put on the sand that is only a fraction of this. And it is struggling. It is not happy. It's trying to get it done. And I think under more normal conditions, it might be able to do it. I mean, it's just, oh no. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have some kind of error yet. Oh, there we go. See, it's not as thick. So now we're starting to move around, but that super thick stuff over there, That's going to get you. Well, and right here as well, apparently. Woo! Yikes. Oh. Well, this bike will get you to the beach. And as long as that sand isn't super thick, this bike will get you to the beach and it'll get you halfway through it. Welcome to downtown Chicago. This is the Lakefront Trail. And this is the concrete beach over here. That's Lake Michigan. And yeah, guys, I mean, it is a busy day down here. Everyone is out. The weather is excellent. The breeze feels great. What a great day to go for a bike ride. Welcome to Drag Race Alley. This is where we're going to find out what the top speed of this bike is. I know we haven't gone through the pedal assist levels yet, but since we have full battery, that's what I'm trying to promote right now. We're going to use this. It's going to tell us when we hit 20 miles an hour, and it's going to tell us when we hit 35. They say this bike can do 37. We're about to find out. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. I have it in pedal assist number 5. We're doing throttle only. And let's see how long it takes us. Right there was 20. And let's see if we can hit 35. And it looks like our top speed is going to be 35 miles an hour. Actually, our top speed is 33 miles an hour because the speedometer is off. Now, if you think back to when we were testing out and using the speedometer, well, it showed that we were going 2 miles faster than what we actually were. So really, our top speed was 33 miles an hour. But a lot of things come into play when it comes to getting your top speed. Number one is rider weight. And since I weigh 225 pounds, I do not doubt that a lighter rider than me can go faster. Take a look. This is how I am sitting on this bike while riding. And that's what I was talking about with that straight up and down position. Now, I have noticed that this bike is easy to control at slower speeds. I'm used to using throttle. I'm cruising about 15 miles an hour, and it's easy to maintain. You don't have to be all full speed with this bike. Let's go ahead and do some off-roading and see how this suspension works. Feels like it's working pretty good. I do hear rattling coming from the battery area. Yeah, this thing's pretty comfortable off-road. Now, I'm hoping that you can see how the front forks are working, even though they're inverted. Hopefully I've got a good angle of that. And then you can see how the back shocks are working as we go over this rough terrain. There we go. Whew. Now, the last time I did that, I lost the camera. So let me go ahead and check. Nope, we're still there. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, this is pretty comfortable for the off-road stuff that you want to do. Now, obviously, this isn't extreme at all. I mean, it was literally just grass that we were going over, but it wasn't like the smoothest grass at all. Let's see how it feels when we go down these steps. There we go. Still pretty decent. Welcome to the Hill of Doom. This hill goes all the way up to a 31% grade by the time you make it to the top, and only bikes with over 100 Newton meters of torque can make it up this hill. I have it in pedal assist number 5. We have it in a low gear, and we're going to see if this bad boy has the Newton meters of torque that they advertise. Here we go. All right, like, I think we're doing pretty good. I mean, I do have it into gear 2, so I'm not really putting any effort into it, but we're struggling. Oh, but we made it. So then that tells me that it does have at least 100 Newton meters of torque. So yes, the M5 Max survived the Hill of Doom. I wonder if we can do it just throttle only. Let's see. I'm going to say no. So if you want to get the most out of the bike and get the torque, all of it, then you have to be pedaling as well. Or am I wrong? Oh, yep. Oh gosh. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and do the brake test. Now, we're going to do it in 2 different speeds. We're going to do it at 20 miles an hour because you're not always going to be going full speed on this bike. And then after that, we're going to get her up to full speed and slam on the brakes. Okay. How far did we go? 19 feet for 20 miles an hour. I think that's pretty decent. I have a feeling that we're gonna be sliding pretty far for the 33 mile an hour one. All right, guys. It is round 2. We're gonna crank this thing up and slam on the brakes. Oh, I had it totally locked up. We were at 32 miles an hour. I know we passed the 25-foot mark. So let's see where we're at. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Okay, so it took a while to stop for sure. But I felt like I was in control. So that's a good thing. So just realize that if you're going fast and you need to stop, well, it's going to take you a bit.
I'm watching your stuff.
How are you? Oh,
Sir? Oh man, I love watching your channel, man.
do you?
Yeah, I love your channel. Just doing the test right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, like
I'll be watching.
like this is recording right now. You're in the review.
How y'all doing?
All right, I've put it off long enough. Let's go ahead and check out these pedal assist levels. Now I got to pedal this bike. Right now we're at pedal assist number 1. We're doing 9 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and go for 2. I already have it into gear 7. And we are cruising at 16 miles an hour. Let's go for 3. And yeah, I knew that this chainring was small, so we are already ghost pedaling unless I want to ride it like this. But we are doing 22 to 23 miles an hour. Let's go for pedal assist number 4. And at this point, we're just going to slow down the cadence and let the bike just do the speed it's going to do. So right now we're in pedal assist number 4. We're cruising at 26 miles an hour, and let's go for 5. Now the bike has dropped down to 49% battery power, and we are cruising at 32 to 33 miles an hour. All right, so I'm looking down, and the battery bounces between 49% and 71. So the good thing is I can pop in here into the settings and see how many volts we got going on. And right now we have 51 volts on the battery. And if I pull over, well, we can take a look on a 52 battery chart, on a 52 volt battery chart on what percentage we have. You know, let's go ahead and do that. Might as well pull into the shade. We have 51.3, or we have 51.4. It's growing a little bit as we sit here. And 51, so it shows that we're at 55% battery power. This is saying 74. So we know that that is definitely not correct. It's off. So we're going to cruise down the road a little bit farther, and then we're going to turn around and start heading back. I noticed when I was doing cockpit operations that the bike only had like 57 volts going. And when I looked at the chart shows that you need to have 58. So before I left, I went ahead and charged the battery all the way up to full. So if you're one of those people that noticed that during cockpit operations, well, so did I, and I got you covered. I went ahead and turned around. I don't want to get too far away and then have to force myself back since I'm not a huge fan of pedaling this bike. Well, I want to make sure I don't end up doing any of that during this review, more than what I've just done. Now I am riding into the wind, but for a change, it's not that bad. It's always rough whenever I am doing these reviews, but today it is just pleasant. In all my reviews, I've been calling this the Lakeshore Trail, when really the name of it is the Lakefront Trail. And if you're wondering, this entire trail is 18.5 miles long. You know, it seems forever for this bike to like actually kick in whenever you're using the cadence sensor. So I probably did like 5 to 10 full rotations before it started giving me power. And that just shows you that it's a bike that's not made to be pedaled. This is the second LUCKEEP e-bike that I have reviewed. Their first one was a commuter bike, and that was really nice. It rode super, super well. But so does this one. This bike is pretty comfortable, and you know, bumps like that feel pretty good. The only thing that's really bouncing around is my backpack. The only thing that I see kind of a downfall of this bike is how loud it is. It does seem to be pretty loud. I mean, like, you're not sneaking up on anyone with this bike. This is one of the reasons why I put 20 pounds of air in the bike. I wanted to make sure it was going to go the distance, and it coasts really nice. There is another great view of Chicago, baby! I love the skyline. This city is so fun to ride bikes in. Now, one thing I can say is that this bike really turns heads. I mean, I've had multiple people look at this thing while I've either stopped doing the brake test or just stopping to do something. It is a sharp looking bike. All right, I want to show you guys this display. Hopefully you can see it on my GoPro, but it's showing that it's got 57% and it's showing 2 bars. So you're not going to be able to really count on that as it is all messed up. Well, I'm not saying it's all messed up, it's just not correct. Showing that we got 48 volts, which is less than 50% for sure. Now we're only cruising about 24, 25 miles an hour. I don't want to go full out. I have it in pedal assist 3, even though that doesn't make a difference. It just makes me feel better. Actually, let's go ahead and see what the top speed would be. Right now with this battery being low, looks like 26, 27. That's going to be our top speed, and it's just going to lower the lower this battery gets. All right, we are at 47 volts. Once I hit 42, I'm in serious trouble. So it looks like I'm going to do some pedaling to see if we can make this battery go longer. Now, if you are interested in a bike like this, well, I would go ahead and try to find the dual battery version or get this version and then add the second battery when you can. You know what I've realized is I haven't showed you guys yet the turn signals, and let's see what those look like. Okay, so they're this edge part right here. I mean, I'm not able to see it very well, but maybe at nighttime you can see that just fine. Yeah, this rattling that I hear every once in a while when I hit a bump, like I hear I think it's the cable that hooks to the battery that is hitting the top of this cover, and just put some felt or something like that, kind of close that gap, and it'll take away that sound. As the battery gets low, it's taking serious power from this bike. I think the top speed we can do now is like 23 miles an hour at 48 volts, or what the battery says is 46%, which we all know that that's not the case. Man, this day is perfect for bike riding. Holy cow. Too bad this bike wouldn't go farther. That's the only thing. That's why you would want the dual battery version of this bike, because you definitely, when you're on it, you don't want to get off of it. I mean, it's pretty comfortable, and you just want to go that farther distance. So yeah, get that second battery. All right, as I was riding over here, we were at 46 volts. 46 is we're 25% battery power left. This bike is only doing about 23 miles an hour top speed. So, well, we're about 3.5 miles from home. I'm gonna put it on the 606 trail. We're just gonna cruise back to the house. They are clearly doing some construction over here. I'm all discombobulated. All right, so we're gonna get on the 606 trail. This bike's not going fast anyways, and then we're gonna take it home and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. See, right now this isn't that big of a hill, but we are struggling to make it up it, which makes me wonder if we're even going to make it home with power. We're now made it back to the 606 trail. That's 3.3 miles from the house, but it looks like it's locked out at a comfortable 22, 23 miles an hour. All right, the motor is like sputtering, right? It's pulsing a little bit. I mean, it's trying to give me all that it can. You can definitely feel that. But when I'm going up a hill right now, and it is struggling. Come on. This wasn't that big of a hill either. I got a couple more hills before we make it home. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the raw audio so you guys can hear what this motor sounds like right now. We have another mile to make it home. Our top speed is now 19 miles an hour. And I have the throttle all the way pulled back. We have it in pedal assist 5, which doesn't make a difference anyways. The battery display is showing that we're at 19% battery power, and the voltage is showing we're at 45.9. We are now cruising at like 13 miles an hour or 14. I know it says 16 on the display, but you got to minus those 2 miles. And the bike feels heavy. The bike feels slow. And yeah, but at least I shouldn't have to pedal this bike without power to make it home. We are just barely moving along. So yeah, let's get this bike home. I'm sputtering. I'm now back so we can go over what my final thoughts are on the LUCKEEP M5 MAX. And I didn't run this battery all the way till zero. I mean, when I got it down to like what it showed on the screen, which is 12%, the bike was barely moving. We were doing like 10 miles an hour, which is showing 2 miles faster than what we were doing. So we were doing about 8 miles an hour by the time I got it home. Now, when you take a look at the display showed that we went 28.6 miles. But when you take a look at Strava, well, Strava showed that we went like 27.5 or 6 or something. I don't know. It's only like a mile off, which I was kind of surprised considering that this is off by 2 miles. Comfort-wise, guys, I could ride this thing all day long. This thing is super comfortable. When it came to the sand test, well, it did struggle, but to be fair for the bike, we went through some serious thick and loose sand, and I think that would be a putting a hurting on any other bike. Also, when it came to the hill climb, well, you can't climb that hill, the Hill of Doom, unless you have a bike with at least 100 Newton meters of torque, and I know that because I've tried it with multiple bikes, and this one made it up. Now, we weren't flying up that hill, but with pedal and throttle, we were able to make it up no problem. The display, I was able to view during bright sunlight and all of that. And overall, the riding position I thought was great. The suspension worked rather well, but the braking could probably be better. I mean, I felt like when we were at our higher speeds of the 33 miles an hour and I slammed on the brakes, we slid pretty far before this bike stopped. Now, some of that has to do with the type of tires that we have, but also just keep that in mind when you think about the overall braking. Now, you can't, I mean, look at this thing. You really can't, you can't talk about how this bike looks because it looks insane, right? It looks different. It looks totally cool. And people dig it. I mean, I had multiple people who were like, what are you riding? They asked me about it. And, you know, come on, that's a cool thing. When people want to stop and ask you about your bike. If you're looking for like a super cool, different type of e-bike, well, you can go ahead and get it from my friends at GleeRide. I'm going to go ahead and leave the link down below. If I have a discount code, I'm going to throw that down there as well. But really, this thing is kind of a stunner, right? Like, it looks incredibly cool. And I just keep saying that because I think it does, right? I would love to have the 2-battery version of it. And I suggested if you are looking for that, get the 2-battery version, right? Because it's just going to double the amount that you're going to be able to go. Now, if you're not interested in a moped style e-bike, well, YouTube knows what you like to watch. And you know what? They said, hey, go check out my video right there. And that is where I will be. But for this review, guys, I totally want to thank you for watching. And until I see you again, enjoy the ride.